game. Good shit, bro. Coach. Both of us, coach. I think it said both of us. Yeah, I thought it would have been go first. Oh man, I feel like the best player.
Magandang gabi. Kasama natin ngayon ang best player of the game na si Stanley Pringle at si Barangay Ginebra head coach Tim Cone. Stanley, thoughts on your first win of the season?
Oh man, it was pretty rough. I think we're trying to get back to how we was playing. We're really right now focusing on our defense, trying to step up, improve on defense, especially on the ball, and we're just trying to follow the coaches guiding us, and be ready for this next game.
Stanley, coming from a bad loss, what adjustments were made for this game?
Nothing too much. I think this time they wanted to play defense how we was playing in practice and not do too many schemes. But it wasn't too many adjustments, but definitely more effort.
Coach Tim? Thank you, Stanley.
Here.
Thoughts on the game, Coach?
Well, it wasn't pretty, that's for sure. And we haven't put together any pretty basketball yet. We're still working to be more coherent and more together in our play right now. It's been a little bit of a struggle. We got Christian late in the preparation phase, so we never really had a chance to really get him, integrated solely into what we do. So he's oftentimes, guessing out there. And when you guess, you have a tendency to be a little tentative in your play. So, but we came out. We weren't ready to play against NLX. That's for sure. We did a better job of coming in a little bit more focused. And we're just the kind of team that just, we believe we're going to get better as the conference goes along. We don't really have too much panic this early in the conference. We know we have a really tough opponent coming in against Magnolia on 2 days and Sunday, and so we'll have minimal preparation time for them. And they're obviously one of the top teams in the league, especially with the Bueva on that team now, to add to Paul Lee and Ian Sangalan and Mark Borok and that whole group. So hopefully, we can turn around and put together a good game against them. But again, we're no stranger to slow starts. So, we start slow, we don't panic. We know we're going to pick it up, and we feel we'll be there at the end when it counts.
Mr. Ray Hoble.
Coach, congratulations.
Hi, Ray. Long time.
Long time. Coach, I'd like to ask if what's the reason behind Christian Standhardinger's decision to take left-handed shots when he's in the free throw line?
Oh, well, it's an interesting story. He tells us that he was a left-hander when he grew up, when he was young, and his father at the time forced him to play right-handed. So he plays tennis right-handed, he plays golf right, anything he writes with his right hand, but he says he's a natural left-hander. And when I arrived to practice, he was already shooting left-handed shots. and during our first practice together. And we just decided that if that's what he feels comfortable with, let him go. And actually, his form, and this is something he'll tell you, his form with his left hand is much better than his form with his right hand, and his form to shoot. So, he's been working hard on it, and he's been making 70-80% of his free throws in practice. So, we're all for it, but he can't suddenly just turn around and be a left-hander during the game, during the up and down action. He's still got to play to his right hand because that's the one he's used to playing with. But free throw shooting, I have full support for that left hand. He shoots it with great form.
Thank you, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Eros Villanueva.
Hi, Coach Tim. Congratulations on your win tonight.
Yeah, finally got one.
You said something about the team not getting a lot of cohesion early on in this conference, but how important is it for the team to rely to have?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I got muted. Sorry. Let me start that question again. Eli Tenorio and Stanley Pringle scored or assisted on a lot of the fourth quarter points by Ginebra today. With the team not getting a lot of cohesion early on in the conference, how important is it for Ginebra to be having some stabilizing forces in both regards, LA and Stanley, early on in this conference?
Well, our offense is still going to run through LA and Stanley. Christian's addition won't change that. I've said from the beginning when we first acquired Christian, I said that he's not going to get the same numbers he had when he was with Northport. He was the main guy, the sole guy there, and everything ran through him. But the difference between him playing at Northport and playing here is we feel he's going to win more here because he's going to have more weapons around him. He's going to have guys that can take over the game for him. He doesn't have to be the main man all the time. So, Stanley's best player of the conference, last conference, be silly for us to go away from him. He's still the man out there. He made a couple of incredible shots that I was like, whoa. And he woes us all the time. So we're going to continue to play through Stanley in LA. And I think Christian will find his spots. I think Christian's the kind of guy, in my opinion, where he doesn't even have to score a point for him to dominate the game. I mean, he doesn't have to score. I mean, he does it in so many different areas, the rebounding, the defense, the hustle up and down the floor. He's a great passer. So he could actually score 0 points and be the most dominant player on the floor, in my opinion. So, that's what we're looking for. He doesn't have to score. He'll score sometimes, but he doesn't have to be that doesn't have to be his main thrust. He'll still be the man on our team.
Thank you, Coach.
Mr. Ray Hoble as a follow-up.
I don't know.
Coach.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Coach. Nice to see you. Coach, could you tell us how was the preparations for the NLEX game? How difficult was it considering that you had a short preparation because the season got started?
Well, I think there was a couple of factors there. And again, we're not a team, hopefully, that doesn't, we're a team that hopefully doesn't make excuses. It was our first time to play here in Inaris, and we got off to a bad shooting start, and that kind of made us tentative the whole game. We got down 15-2 to start the basketball game, and we didn't make shots. So that kind of tightened everybody up. The fact that you didn't know who you were playing until 2 days before you played. And, we're a team that prides ourselves on preparation. So we didn't really have that normal prep that we have. A lot of mitigating factors. NLEX played here already. They already had a game under their belt. And I think that makes a big difference. You saw that San Miguel lost their first game also to a team who had played already. And I just think that those little things make a difference when you come into a basketball game. And then, that's one thing I've said. We have to battle our expectations. The expectations for us are that we're going to go out and be a dominant team, and we're going to dominate opponents. And you just don't do that in the PBA. The teams are too good. And I think when we fell behind by 6, 8, 10 points, we started to get really frustrated with ourselves, and that kind of sapped some of our energy. And then it turned out to be a blowout. But again, we're no stranger to slow starts. me especially. I've had a lot of slow starts in my career, and but we think we'll pick it up and we'll get better, game to game to game, and hopefully by playoff time we'll be reaching our peak.
Coach, follow-up update on Aljon, Mark Agiwa, and Art.
Well, Aljon will be out for most of the conference. That's a guy we really miss because he lends a lot of toughness to us. He gets to places and balls that nobody else does normally, and he's kind of the forgotten man of all of our success that we've had over the last two conferences. So, but we're going to miss him for probably most, if not all, the conference. He had to go through a second surgery just before the conference started, so that's going to put him out for 6 to 8, maybe 10 weeks. So that could be the whole conference. Art, we're just waiting on him. He has a sore hamstring. He could return at any time. But we got to get him back into practice first and get him some run up and down the floor. Mark communicated us to a couple of days ago. He still needs a little bit more time in the U.S. at this point. So the management is supporting him in all that's going on in his life at this moment. So, and all the players are. And when Mark comes back, we'll be, he's such a great chemistry guy. Everybody loves Mark Agiwa. So when he comes back, we'll have our arms wide open for him.
That's all. Thank you, Coach.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I hope to see you.